This whole community was something that started 3 years ago, and I must say I really enjoy it. I mostly enjoy the social part of it, so living together with other people. I would say we're like a community light, so it's not like we see each other every day or anything. It's mostly what you want yourself. We have like one meeting every month, and then we discuss some practical things. But just the fact that you can have like at 10 o'clock in the morning, throw in WhatsApp like who's up for coffee, or who wants to go kite surfing, and then there's 2 other neighbors who want to. And last week we actually had an open day, so there were a lot of people here who were checking out the houses. But the social aspect of it is, it adds something to my life, I would say. And I mean, especially in Holland, we have it so good. Everybody just lives on their own in their big house, and it's nice to have neighbors who are just a little bit more than neighbors, who can who have more interactions with. The community, it's called Cloud, and it's a total of 9 houses, and everybody made his own type of house, so we had all of the freedom. This whole project was actually arranged by the local government. They invested in this piece of land. They actually wanted to experiment with an alternative form of living. It's called a pilot project, so it's in it's basically the first. So it's going to be 5 years, and if that's a success, then it's going to be probably an additional 5 years. From the way things are looking now, it's very probable that this will be continued, but you never know, and we're hoping that it will. So yeah, and we have with the community, we have some shared things, and the first example of it is the chickens. So actually every 2 weeks somebody else is made responsible for the chickens, and feed them, clean their shed. And I must say, I didn't know that like fresh eggs tasted so differently than eggs from a supermarket. So that was a big discovery. One other thing is that this house is like our community house. And we meet up here for coffee or maybe to play a game in the evening. But also we do a meeting once every month. This table, it can raise up through this winch. It's a slow process, but it really makes like a second floor once it's up. So yeah, we meet up here for all kinds of things, and we have 2 washing machines, 1 dryer, 1 oven, and there's actually a toilet in here. So there's some shared stuff. Yeah.
Do you use often this room?
Yeah.
Just once a month?
No. Just people go in and out, and sometimes when I work from home, I just sit here, because then it's like it feels a little bit like an office. So that's really nice. And as I said, like sometimes in the morning at 10 o'clock, it's like who wants to grab a coffee in the weekends. For that kind of stuff, it's really nice to have like a place where you can meet up. So now we're walking to our community area where we grow crops, and there's actually a focus group for different kinds of things within this community. So for example, it's well, for this piece of land, like a few people are responsible for it, and they are just growing all kinds of stuff. I'm not really into this. I like to eat it, but I don't like to grow it. But you also have a group that is concerned with finance, or a group that is with external communication. So I'm part of that. Social media, open days where people can visit the land and all that kind of stuff.
Over here we have got our composting pile. This is the place where we put everything on, and then in the second year we can throw it over here, and it's composting for a year, and after a year we can put it in the last bin, and then we use it on the garden. But so as you can see, we have now everything used. So waiting for a new year. And over here we've got our beds. We are making our own vegetables. This is beetroot and some beans. We've got some garlic and some lettuce. And over here we've got our own greenhouse. We've got it from an old house that was being broke down. And in the garden they didn't do anything with it, and the workers were to put out everything. And we mentioned to just get this one for ourselves and could save it for our garden. And we took out all the glasses and then took the frame by hand over here and then put in everything again together, and now we got a second-hand free glass house. And it's very useful for gardening. Ooh, it's quite warm. And over here we are starting to grow tomatoes and pumpkins, and also we had some spinach and some other lettuce over here, but the time of the season is now gone for that.
So last year, and I hope that the same will happen this year, there were like cherry tomatoes up till here. So then out of nowhere you'll see me a lot of you'll see me a lot on this in this house, and usually I'm never here.
Just to pick them.
Yeah, exactly.
So that house was the very first one.
Yeah, this house is actually there's a Scandinavian there's a Scandinavian company who they stack all the pieces of wood on top of each other, and then that's the way the house is built. It's the biggest one on the field, and is I think close to 40 square meters, which is the maximum that you can have a house here.